Hello my dear students. In this video you will learn types of data structures. Okay, in this types of data structure you will learn first of all persistent and non-persistent data structure. Then we'll see direct access and sequential access data structure. So let's see first persistent and non-persistent data structure. Non-persistent we can say as an ephemeral data structure also. Okay, so what is persistent? Which will support the operation on most recent version as well as previous version of data structures. Okay, so whatever the most recent versions are there, after performing any operations on that we can perform operations, and previous version is there, for that also we can perform operations. If you are considering non-persistent, only on most recent version of a data structure we can perform operation. We cannot perform on previous version of data structure. Okay, so let's see the example of persistent data structure first, that is stack. Then we'll move toward the non-persistent data structure example, that is queue. So let's see first of all stack. So I'll tell you regarding some properties of a stack. Consider there is one table and we have kept different plates on that table. Suppose P1 is plate 1, okay, P2 is plate 2, then we have kept P3, P4, P5, like this 5 plates. Okay, so what is the property of a stack? We can remove data from one end, okay, and we can insert data from same end. Okay, if you want to insert data, suppose in this example if you want to keep any particular plate, you need to keep here only. Okay, that is the insertion of a data we can say. If you want to remove data, suppose in this example you want to remove this P5, then you need to remove that from the same end. Okay, so this is removing a particular data, that we can say as a pop in case of a stack, and this operation we can say as a push in case of a stack. Okay, so these are the properties of a stack. So let's see this example. If you want to perform operation, okay, on this data structure, we want to remove suppose P3. Okay, we can remove, firstly we need to remove P5, then we need to remove P4, then P3. We cannot directly remove this P3. Okay, that is not a property of a stack. Okay, so after removing that P3, your stack will be like this: P1, P2, okay, and first of all we'll remove P5, then we'll remove P4, then we'll remove P3, and after removing P3 your stack will be this one. This we can say as a previous version of stack, and this we can say as a recent version of stack after performing operation. Which operation we have performed? We have deleted P3. Okay, so after performing that, this is the recent version of stack. Okay, so if you want to perform any operation on this recent version, we can perform directly. We can remove this P2 or we can add this P5, P4, P3. Any operation we can perform on this recent version. But if you want to perform operation on its previous version, can we able to perform? So in case of stack, it is possible. How? Because you can insert these elements into the stack. Suppose you will insert first of all P3, okay, then P4, then P5. Okay, so this will get the previous version of stack. After removing this, again you will get the previous version of stack, and if you want to perform any operation on previous version of stack, you can perform easily. Okay, when in stack we can perform operation on most recent version also and its previous version also. because of a property of a stack. Now take example of the queue, okay, which is example of a non-persistent data structure. Okay, so what is the property of a queue? So in queue we are storing different elements like an array. Suppose there are different plates. We will take the same example for better understanding. P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6. Different plates are there and we have arranged it in an array. Okay, so what are the properties of a queue? We can insert element from one end, but we can delete element from other end. In a stack, you need to perform both operations from one end only. But in queue, we can perform one operation from one end, another operation from another end. So at the last, this we can say as a rear. Here we can perform insert operation. Okay, and here we can perform remove operation. If you want to delete any element from here, we can perform here. That we can say as a front of a queue. This we can say as a rear of a queue. Okay, suppose in this case we want to delete P3. So after deletion of P3, how that queue will look like? You can see here. We need to delete first of all P1 because we will remove element from this side. Then we will delete P2. Okay. Then we will delete P3. Okay. So in queue only 3 elements are there. That is P4, P5 and P6. Okay, so after performing operation, this is your recent version of queue, and this is your previous version of queue. Okay, so if you want to perform any other operation, that is if you want to insert any element, if you want to delete any element, you can perform it on a most recent version, that is this one. But if you want to perform operation on its previous version, can we able to perform? We cannot able to perform that operations. Why? Because we cannot maintain the same sequence as like a previous one in the queue. Why we cannot maintain? Suppose we are trying to maintain that sequence. How we can maintain? P4 is already there in the queue, P5 is already there in the queue, and P6 is already there in the queue. Okay, and if you are inserting this element, from which end we need to insert? From the last, that is the rear end we can say. Okay, so here we will insert P1, then we will insert P2, then we will insert P3. But is this a previous version of a queue? Previous version of queue is like this: P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6. But this version is P4, P5, P6, P1, P2, P3. So we cannot maintain the previous version of queue again after performing some operations. That's why we cannot able to perform operations on the previous version. We can able to perform operation on most recent version of queue only. That's why this data structure we can say as a non-persistent data structure. But in case of a stack, we can perform operation on recent version also and previous version also. That's why the stack we can say as a persistent data structure. So this is regarding persistent and non-persistent data structure. Now we'll see the direct access and sequential access data structure. So direct access data structure means to access any particular element, that we can say as an nth element. We don't have to access n-1 elements. Means we can directly access the element which you want to access. Example is array. But in case of sequential access, if you want to access any particular element, you need to access all its predecessors or successors. Okay, so that is the sequential access data structure. An example of it as a linked list. So let's see the example first of all regarding the direct access. Example is array. So we'll take one example of an array. Suppose I have stored different element in an array like this, one after another in a sequential manner. Array name is suppose B, okay, and index of first element in the array is 0. I guess all of you know regarding this, index will start always with 0 in array. Okay, so if you want to access this element, that is 40 from array, how we can access? We directly access data at this particular index. Okay, means how we can write down B of 2. This indicates B at the second index, whatever data is there that we need to access. Suppose B of 2 you have access and store that into Z. Then what will the value in the Z? Z is 40. So by using this index of this data, we can directly access the element. Here we don't have to access the first element, then we'll search second element, then third element, like this. We can directly go towards that particular index and access the data at that index. Okay, so this we can say as a direct access. Okay, now consider the sequential access. Okay, so in sequential access, example is the linked list. So I'll tell you first of all information regarding linked list. So in the linked list, there are different nodes and these nodes are connected linearly to each other. Okay, and each node having two parts. Each node is having two parts, and first part will consist of data. Suppose 10, 20, 30. Three nodes are there in the linked list. Okay, and second node will consist of address of next element. Suppose address of this element is 1000, this element is 2000, this element is 3000. Okay, so this is data and this consists of address of next element. So what is the address of next element? That is 2000. Okay, these two are connected. Okay, now next, here is the data and next element consists of address of next element. So next element is this one. So what is the address of it? That is 3000. Okay, and after that there is no any particular element that we can represent like this, that we can say as a null. No element after this. Means in this linked list there are three elements. Okay, data we are storing is 10, 20 and 30. Now if you want to access any particular element, suppose you want to access this element from this data structure, so how we can access it? Okay, so in this case what we need to do, we need to first of all visit to first element. Okay, this is the first element in this linked list. Okay, and then we need to find out address of next element. Okay, so we'll get where is the next element. Okay, then we need to move here, then we'll get where is the next element. Okay, and then we'll reach towards the data which you want to access. Okay, so जब तक आप एक एलिमेंट को विजिट नहीं करते तब तक आपको नेक्स्ट डेटा कहाँ पे स्टोर है ये आपको पता नहीं चलेगा. That's why in linked list you need to visit each and every node to access any particular element. That's why we can say in sequential access, if you want to access nth element, suppose in this case you need to access third element. Okay, n की वैल्यू क्या है? थर्ड. Value of n is 3. So to access nth element, we must access n minus 1 element. So in this case, how many elements you need to access? N minus 1, that is 3 minus 1, that is 2. So this 2 element you need to access for accessing this particular data in case of sequential access. Why it is sequential access? To access this data, we need to access its predecessors, previous elements in the linked list. Okay, then and then only we can access this data. But this is direct access. Array is direct access because we don't have to access its previous element. Okay, we can directly go to that particular index and access that element directly. You don't have to access n minus 1 elements if you want to access nth element. So this we can say as a direct access data structure. So dear students, If you like my video, then please like, share and subscribe my video.